Hey. You want me to have a conversation?
No.
All right. Welcome to Forever Talking, where we talk nothing forever. My name is the Amars, followed by my co-host, my commentary partner, my duo. Holy shit, there's a person in the background. Nicholas, as well as our guest today, Amar, and whoever is in Amar's background. I believe that was his brother, but I mean, fuck. I mean, we're falling apart on today's episode. I don't even remember which. I think today's episode 12, if I'm correct. We're fucking. I mean, we're falling apart. Amar's Wi-Fi sucks. He's got people in the background. I got Nick in his fucking garage.
Got
Uh,
that. Got that.
I got a haircut. We got fucking age restricted, probably because JB was telling people to suck donkey dick and whatever. Which YouTube, we're fucking bringing on. You think I'm afraid of getting age restricted? Now we're gonna get fucking a strike. And we're probably gonna get
We're gonna
removed off of YouTube. So we're probably gonna have to start a Patreon eventually because this shit's just getting ridiculous. The engagement of the podcast has been fucking going insane since we've been moving on to doing weekly episodes as well as daily clip post. So we're killing it right now. And it's only going up from here. Each episode's ranging a couple thousand views, it seems like, all together. So we're killing it right now, across the board, and we're very happy. And we thank everybody for joining us. And hopefully you continue to join us in the future. Today we are going to talk about a few things, and we're going to try and keep each subject tight and condensed to try and get in and out of here in an hour or a little bit more, or hopefully a little bit less. But before we get into the main topics of today, we discussed last week about the Bengals getting bent over and fucked over in Arrowhead Stadium. And we had my take, Nick's take, and JB's take, but we didn't have Amar's take on what that game was about. So I want to go ahead. I just want to talk Amar, your precious Seahawks. They were eliminated in the playoffs early on. My Green Bay Packers or my Aaron Rodgers didn't make it to the fucking playoffs at all. And then my Bengals were zebra fucked in Arrowhead, just brutally bent over. Not only by the zebras, but by, I don't know, fucking, I don't know what Burrow got his offensive line for Christmas, but he should probably take that shit back right away. But anywho, Amar, what is your take on the shenanigans and the shit that went down on the game that happened on Sunday, January 30th or 29th or 28th or 20, whatever the fucking day was? What was your take? Were you watching this game live?
I was watching this game live, and it kind of just baffled me on how the officiating went, and it wasn't the greatest, of course, as everybody knows. I don't know. I don't understand how a team can go, can have three attempts to go 39. But
I I don't
I,
understand
I
either.
I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But obviously, not all of it has to be blamed on the refs. Everybody can blame the refs all they want. They can do it every single game. The result is the result, and we move on.
Word. While we do like to complain and bitch at the refs, it's not like the Bengals. They could have helped themselves. The offensive line was a problem. Joey B threw two picks. Not that he was getting fucking put more under pressure than a fucking. I don't even know. I mean something. The motherfucker was under pressure. So I think it's that was Mars taking the game. It was no different than our takes that sure the Chiefs finally beat the Bengals, but all anybody will remember is how controversial it was. Uh NFL rig trending on Twitter to this day still. So certainly interesting, and that leads to a Super Bowl that I don't fucking care about, but hopefully uh it will be a good game. I don't know. We're gonna watch it together and kind of, but I don't know what I want. I think that we want the Eagles to win, but we'll talk about that in detail at the last subject of today. But Jesus, I don't know what I want to happen on Super Bowl at all. So
I just like to I just want it to be a close game. I just want it to be a fun game, be a shootout, so we can actually have something to watch.
I
Other
think
than
like the best case scenario is a sinkhole happens in the middle of the stadium.
Like that almost.
Huh? Yeah,
You know,
like in Batman. And that concludes the Super Bowl, and we can all just fucking go on with our lives. I think that the best case scenario is that a game doesn't happen on Sunday, but nonetheless, it will. Breaking news this week: Tom Brady retired again. Numero dos. Motherfucker made a little video in the sand. He said, "Hey guys, I'm retiring, and I'm gonna make $375 million over the course of 10 years being a sports analyst." How about them apples? Listen, Thomas, Patrick, Edward, Brady the third or second or whatever the fuck. It's no doubt in my mind that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, and 7 rings. It's hard to dispute that, I guess. Same way it's hard to dispute that Messi's the greatest player of all time. He has one thing that Ronaldo doesn't have. And Tom Brady has 7 of the things that everybody wants. 7. I mean, you can count them all up. And granted, you can kind of decide how we got there, whether it was because of his team or because of Belichick or, obviously Tom Brady had a great team with him, but Tom Brady is still great. I mean, he's an excellent football player.
Amar, what's your favorite Tom Brady Super Bowl win? Because I think I know mine.
What was they created a rule out of one of the Super Bowls. I think it was the no tuck rule.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think maybe that one. But I honestly like the one that he won with the one that he won with the Bucks. Meaning like he can go straight to another team, win it again. He doesn't have to have Belichick. He doesn't have to have anybody else. Just of course,
He
a good
doesn't?
team around him.
He doesn't
No,
have
definitely
that.
not.
Oh,
No.
he didn't need Gronk or Antonio Brown.
No. I'm saying he has just has to have a good team around him that can actually catch a ball.
Nick, what was your favorite Super Bowl win? Because all I remember from the Super Bowl win of the Bucks is when one team went to the Super Bowl that shouldn't have, and the other one had to go home because we decided to kick a field goal. Nick, what was?
I was more just joking, taking a shot at Amars. I was thinking of the Seahawks game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one too.
Yeah, we're gonna throw on the 1 yard line when we have the best running back in the NFL.
No,
I have no words. I have no words.
The Bucks one for me too, because I really didn't watch the ones before that much.
Tom Brady's first Super Bowl came against the St. Louis Rams.
Yeah.
Fun fact. What a shitty fucking situation that was.
I think the Rams won the one before that one, and then came to the Super Bowl again and got beat by. I think he was a rookie. Can't remember. I think he was a rookie. Or
Brady was a rookie.
Yeah.
Whenever he won the Super Bowl, I think he won year 1.
Really?
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Because he came in for Bledsoe, Drew Bledsoe, because he got injured.
I mean, Tom Brady's motherfucker is insane. I mean, like, we like to give him shit, and sure, he had a loaded team around him, and he had the greatest coach of all time, but he still is fantastic. I mean,
he's also like 45.
and he was 45. So I didn't think he was going to retire. I'm not going to lie. I expect him to fucking go off to Miami because, like, sure, he had a really bad season. Um, but like I don't chalk that up to really being Tom Brady's fault. I chalk that up to not that he did play bad, but I think that he, I think he just the new coach and the team and a lot of his players left and his offensive line wasn't as good. And I think there was just a lot of factors to overcome. It was the Rodgers thing. Um, and I was pretty surprised that he was willing to hang it up on this one. But I guess when he kind of sat down and thought about it, where he was like, okay, well, I can either retire or I can pack all my shit up, move somewhere completely fucking else for 1 year, or I could just retire and go make $375 million, which Amar and I did the math. That comes out to be about 750 fucking grand a week. A week.
Just
30
for being Tom Brady.
for being Tom Brady. He's gonna make, oh my god. Let me hold on. It was 375 million, right?
Yeah.
Over the course of 10 years. He's gonna
Yep.
make 37.5 fucking $1 million a year.
Yep. Pretty much just same as. I think it's same as close to the same amount as Rodgers is making, or any big QB in the NFL per year.
Rodgers' contract is 200 million over the course of 4 years.
So
And he
it's
won't,
less.
and it's so much less, and he's not even gonna get that. Right? I mean, if Rodgers ends up leaving, then we'll talk about it at nauseum. But Tom Brady, congratulations. I hold happiness knowing that the last game you ever played against Rodgers, you lost.
What a great game it was.
What a fun! I mean, wasn't it funny when we thought that those teams were really good, and that's why that was such a competitive game?
Wasn't it like, what was it, 12-10, 15-10, or something like that?
I don't remember. All I remember during that game is when to put a fucking gun in my mouth. Jesus Christ. What a fucking shit show. What an interesting season that's been. Good Lord.
Yeah.
But I mean, like Tom Brady's a great dude. It's hard to deny. I mean, he's a really nice guy. We just like to hate him because he assassinates all the teams that we love. And that's the treatment that a lot of great players. I mean, Patrick Mahomes gets it from us today, and among other reasons. But Brady is he's the best. He's a standard that not a lot of. It's going to be hard to reach. I mean, whenever 10 years down the line, you think the greatest athletes of all time, Tom Brady's going to be up there. Michael Jordan's going to be there. I know Nick hates to admit it, but probably LeBron James in 10 years will be there.
LeBron James will definitely be there.
Yeah. You got Kobe, you got fucking, I mean, whoever else. But I mean, will 7 rings ever be touched again? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. By one man and one man only.
He's got to win one first.
Joseph Lee Burrow. Or Aaron Rodgers. He'll play 6 more seasons and win all 6. But no,
you don't think he's retiring anytime soon?
Rodgers, no, he'll win 1 and then he'll win 2, and then he'll just be like, fuck it, I guess I'll win, the other ones. And then once he wins 7, he's kind of like at that point, might as well get 8, beat the record. So
That's if he gets traded to the Raiders.
I mean, he could do it anywhere. He could do it at the Bears, probably. I think he could probably go to the Texans and win a couple Super Bowls, I think whatever Aaron Rodgers decides, Aaron Rodgers gets, besides winning the NFC Championship game. But, shout out to Tom, greatest QB of all time. As an Aaron Rodgers fan, it's hard to deny it. Gentlemen, do you think 7 rings is ever going to be touched again?
It's pretty hard, but records are there to be broken. So I think it'll be done. but obviously maybe not in the near future, but maybe 10 plus years down the road, and we'll see.
I think too many of the new quarterbacks that come, they run too much. So I think they're going to get injured and not even have a chance. Joe Burrow might be the only one who would have a shot. He doesn't run that much.
Not Patrick.
No, look at him. He's already getting injured.
Patrick got injured. Oh yeah, his ankle.
Yeah,
Well, he got-
but fucking his ankle's fine.
It adds up each year.
Well, I don't know. I think that 7 rings. I think that will be touched again. Who has 4? Someone has 4. Who the fuck is next?
When you think you know the NFL, and then you just don't know, you can't think of any names.
I can't. It's not Montana, is it?
Oh, is it a retired one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Probably is Montana, because I can't think of anybody else at the moment.
They may do.
Charles Haley is 5.
Who?
He won one 1989, 1990, 1993, 1994, and 1996.
With who?
Charles Haley.
Charles Haley. Who did he play for?
Boy, we know nothing about football.
Well, this was also before my time.
Yeah, this
was
about 10. This is about 10 years before my time.
It's a new generation.
Charles Lewis Haley is a former American football outside linebacker.
Oh,
so he's not quarterback. He's a linebacker. Yeah, that's probably why. I
think Terry Bradshaw. He was a quarterback for the Steelers. I think he's got like 3 or 4.
He played for the 49ers and he played for the Cowboys. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I think some QB has 4. I'm pretty sure. Jesus Christ, we're bums. But anyway, congratulations, Tom. You deserve it. Let's get a round of applause. Come on, gentlemen. Clap. Clap for Thomas Patrick Edward Brady Jr. Who I sound like? I'm going to go with Skip Bayless for fucking Halloween. He's the GOAT. It's undeniable. You
all right?
Yeah. She didn't like that.
Are you at home?
Yeah, I mean, because you were yelling.
Yeah. I don't want to play tug of war right now. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Shoo. Good dog.
Yeah, Terry Bradshaw. He's got 4 rings with the Steelers.
Huh.
He's like he's a guy. He's an analyst on Fox now.
Yeah. Terry Bradshaw.
Shorter, older guy.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to the next subject. Congratulations, Tom. Thanks for ruining my fucking dreams and hopes so many times. Appreciate it. Anyways,
hopefully not anymore.
No, unless he comes back. We got some Aaron Rodgers news.
Oh.
In the last few weeks, we kind of paused talking about Aaron Rodgers a little bit just because, like, nothing matters until he decides that he wants to play football. So all this conversation and rumors is just conjecture and means absolutely nothing until he decides, hey, I want to play football. Are you in a fucking, like, motel? Are you in a fucking lobby of a mall? How many people wander through your fucking background?
I'm in my house.
Are we in a hotel lobby? So are we in a fucking Panera Bread? Who's just wandering through here?
Does it look like a Panera? Do you want me like to turn this way? See,
I'm just trying to help you out, man.
Okay, whatever.
I'm gonna get sued by your mom probably because she was on camera. Anyways, we move on. We try not to talk about it too much, but we're obviously as we go into the off season, that's probably all we're going to talk about. Probably not, but maybe. In the last few weeks, Aaron Rodgers to the Jets was a big thing. There was a constant conversation. The Jets went and hired the head coach of. It was a former,
Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah, Nathaniel Hackett, who was a former offensive coordinator for Rodgers, I believe. And in hopes that Rodgers sees that and he's like, "Ooh, I love that idea."
He also got fired from the Broncos this past season.
So.
He did get fired from the Broncos. Which,
like a 4-13 record.
But Rodgers did very good with Nathaniel Hackett as well. And the Jets have come out, well, they haven't said it, but someone reported it, that they're willing to pay a very hefty price for the Jets. This last week have been very heavy on the rumor mill, as it appears that Aaron Rodgers and the Raiders could be a big thing, which is a very interesting idea and take. That it's being reported that Rodgers will probably be a Raider. Devontae Adams wants Rodgers to be a Raider, which makes sense. Aaron Rodgers has yet to comment on the situation. He did a little golf tour over the weekend, and somebody pointed out that he was going to they go Raiders as he was walking by. He just started laughing. And somebody asked him, "Hey, Aaron, Vegas needs you. Devontae misses you." And Aaron said, "Well, tell him to buy me a house." And Devontae tweeted, "House hunting has been fun." Then somebody, a reporter or an analyst or an insider, tweeted, "I really think that Rodgers will be a Raider in 2023. Devontae liked the tweet, which is great. And I think that Devontae probably does want Aaron Rodgers to be on the Raiders. And I think if I'm the Raiders, I probably would want Aaron Rodgers to be on my team. But that being said, it doesn't really matter what Devontae Adams wants, because he's not the Raiders. He doesn't make the decisions. The only people who can really decide what happens next is Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers, and whoever wants him. Now, there has been stirring reports and inside scoops that the Packers are ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers, if that is a necessity. However, if Aaron wants to stay on Green Bay, they are more than willing to try and force that window open a little bit longer. Unfortunately, what they don't realize is that window has probably closed. Now, of course, again, like I said, none of this really matters at all until Aaron Rodgers decides if he wants to play football. Which he will not decide till after the Super Bowl. And I believe trading begins in June or some shit, whatever that is. Do I think Aaron Rodgers will be traded? I mean, if you asked me 2 weeks ago, no, I figured that he was probably just going to stay on Green Bay. But the more I think about it, the more of a uncertainty that may seem, even more so than the crushing loss last year to the 49ers. And the crushing loss before that to the Buccaneers, and the fucking crushing loss before that, and the crushing loss. When was the last time Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl? I think it was 12 years ago today, actually.
10 or something.
Yeah, so crushing loss the year before that, the crushing loss the year before that, the crushing loss the year before that, and the crushing loss. Yeah, the year before that, the crushing couple losses, somewhere in there, you get to 12. It's no doubt that Aaron Rodgers has not won a Super Bowl in a very long time. If he had a window to win the Super Bowl in the last couple of years, it was probably the last 2 years when Devontae was on his team, when he had some weapons, right? However, the massive plan was you get to the NFC Championship, go get your guy one more weapon. The Packers, of course, did not do this. And then we lost to the fucking 49ers. after having a very similar, if not the same, result. Devontae leaves the Packers. Rodgers signs a $200 million deal, comes back to Green Bay for the 2022 season with fuck all for weapons. He has Cobb, he has Tunyon, he has Lazard, and then he has Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, both of which are rookies. Samora Toure, a rookie who had significant drop problems, and the GM, Goody of Green Bay, said that they were hoping that the defense were going to carry the Green Bay Packers while the offense tried to find its rhythm and its speed a little bit. That fucking didn't end up happening at all because the defense is either A, undisciplined, or B, not coordinated well. Now Joe Barry did just enough at the end of the season to somehow save his job. Not sure why the fuck that's happening. They went 8-9, but anyway, because the talent is on that defense. Jair Alexander, Douglas, fucking, Somebody say something. I don't know. Maybe it's the Breadco. So that team is full of talent in the defense, but it's anyway. So many issues, one after another. They end up having a really, really bad season. Lose to the Lions. How poetic, by the way, that they lose to the Lions.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. I love that motherfucker. I hope he goes to the Super Bowl.
He's doing it. He's doing it next year.
Yeah. Now Aaron Rodgers in the offseason being told of how much of a terrible person he is, and he's a massive manipulator, and he's a villain, and he's just a diva. He's evil to the football community. He has fucking said fuck all, nothing. These rumors come from piss air. Not sure who started any of these or who talks about any of these. Not sure why Aaron Rodgers is being considered a villain because he didn't get the vaccine. Fuck off, bro. It fucking happened 3 years ago. Suck a dick. So now we're left in this whole state of limbo where we have no idea what's really happening with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'm not playing tug of war. Now, of course, there's a pressing matter at hand. Jordan Love is there. And if you're the Green Bay Packers, your best case scenario is if you had to lose one quarterback, you're not going to lose the rookie quarterback that you spent all this time in developing, and he learned a lot from Rodgers, and I'm willing to bet money when Jordan Love does finally play, he is going to be great. That's just my guess. And I know we don't like Jordan Love because he was going to overtake Rodgers, but after learning from Rodgers for so long, he's probably going to come off that fucking bench white hot, and he's probably going to be great. Now
they also spent like a first round pick on him, I believe. So
yeah. No, they traded up and then spent a pick on him instead of getting a wide receiver and winning the fucking championship. But whatever. Fuck if I know, whatever. So now that's where we are with Aaron Rodgers. A sea of uncertainty. No idea what the fuck's going to happen. Is he going to retire? Is he going to stay on Green Bay? Is he going to go to the Jets, the Raiders, the fucking Titans? He's building a team. He's building a house in Tennessee. He could go to Tennessee if he wants to. Is he going to go to the fucking Dolphins? Let's do a situation like, I'm not playing tug of war. Stop putting the fucking rope on me. God.
Free agency starts in like a couple weeks, so it doesn't mean anything because he's still in a contract, but he can be traded if he wanted to be. But free agency, that means teams can sign free agents, and I don't know who has a contract that is expiring. It will be a free agent.
All of them. Every one of them. Tunyon's expiring. Mercedes Lewis is expiring. Lazard is expiring. Randall Cobb is expiring. A lot of
I'm not.
defensive
I'm
players.
not.
Are
I'm
are
not
you
trying to
talking just in
say
general? Because
yes.
nobody gives a
Yes.
fuck what's going on out there. We're only talking. Nobody gives a hot shit. Uh, what is going on in the outside world. All anybody cares about is what the fuck is Aaron Rodgers gonna do?
It seems like you're the only one.
No. So let's look at this from perspective of the Green Bay Packers, right? Actually, that's a lie. Let's look at this in the perspective of Aaron Rodgers. If he doesn't decide to come back to play football and he wants to retire, I don't think he will, considering Tom Brady just retired, but anything's possible. You have to decide where you think you can win. First things first, nothing changes unless, Green Bay. So if Aaron Rodgers decides to come back from Green Bay, they're not going to tell him to leave. That's just not going to happen. They're going to try and force that window open, except the problem is so many fucking things need to happen to make that work. If Aaron Rodgers decides he wants to play football and he thinks that he can win in the Green Bay Packers organization, which is the only team that he's allowed to play for in the NFC. So if he thinks that the NFC is a safe bet, considering of how weak the NFC is, because the only challenges that you really have to deal with are the 49ers, the Eagles, and probably the Lions next year, or maybe if the Seahawks can figure out how to play football again, not likely Amars, then anything can change. But that being said, so many things need to happen because Aaron Rodgers wants Green Bay to do things to help him win this football fucking thing. They're going to need to bring back Cobb. They're going to bring back Tunyon. They're going to need to be back Mercedes Lewis. They're going to probably need to bring back Allen Lazard, even though I don't think he has any interest in playing for Green Bay anymore. Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs have to hopefully be better than they were last season. Not that they didn't look promising, but again, they still need to be better. These drops aren't going to help you win the season as it demonstrated last season. So they need to bring all these guys back somehow by also dealing with the cap space and the massive $50 million paycheck that they're going to have to write to Aaron Rodgers. So a lot of guys are going to need to be restructured and changed around. And Aaron said that if he wants to go back to Green Bay, he is willing to take a pay cut as well, which is good news if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, I guess. But there also brings the problem that I'm guessing Aaron Rodgers has probably stabbed his foot down is he wants a veteran wide receiver. DeAndre Hopkins comes to mind. Fucking, I guess Stephon Diggs and fucking Josh Allen are divorced right now, so maybe something there. I don't know. All I know is a veteran wide receiver, other than Randall Cobb, because they need to try and fill that giant, gaping, fucking, gushing blood hole that Devontae Adams left when he walked out the door. So if Aaron Rodgers thinks he can win but doesn't want to go to the massive fucking hellfire of the AFC and he can stay in the NFC, there's so many things that are going to need to happen because he's not going to be able to go to any other team, and the Green Bay Packers are going to have to kind of bend at his will a little bit. Do the Green Bay Packers want to do this? Probably not. Will they do this because they think that their best chance to win the Super Bowl this year is with Aaron Rodgers and not Jordan Love? Yes. Do I think that that's a logical situation considering how the last 3 years went and how much money you currently owe Aaron Rodgers if you're the Green Bay Packers? No, I think that's actually a terrible idea. I think you should probably just move on to Jordan Love and make some money and trade Aaron somebody else. If you're the Green Bay Packers, because you have fucked this up to a fucking a giant fat gaping vagina level. You have fucked this up. So what next? Okay, Aaron says, I can't win at the Packers. I've given up. I fucking have tried for 12 fucking years to win from the Packers. I just saw somebody else's head pop up in the corner. I swear to God, we're in an Applebee's or some shit. It looks like we're in a 54th Street. I can see the fucking flags and shit all around the walls.
It's my room.
You gotta set your door.
Fucking hell. You gotta put a padlock on that motherfucker. People just be coming in. I mean, Jesus. I know you're Bosnian. Open door policy everywhere.
No, it's not. Just my family. That's my family.
You could just, I mean, I know you're Bosnian. I know a lot of them speak Bosnian. You know, tell them something in Bosnian. Get out of here, man. Whatever that is in Bosnian. I don't know. What is that in Bosnian?
Don't worry about it.
You're the one who fucking speaks it. I was gonna have you say it out loud, and then like your brother behind you would have been like, "What? Are you talking to me?" Anyways, so so if you're Aaron Rodgers and you want to come back and you decide I can't do it at the Packers, or the Packers are like, we're not fucking getting you a wide receiver. We've been fucking gung-ho on losing for so long now. Why would we change? Then your next decision is to get traded to the AFC. Nick and I have talked about this. Go ahead.
Why not the NFC?
The Green Bay Packers have said that they are not willing to trade Aaron Rodgers to the NFC. Which sucks. Because if you're Aaron Rodgers, the best thing that you could probably do is go to the Cowboys. Now the Cowboys are just, I mean, I think that the fucking GM of the Cowboys has like a poster of Dak Prescott on his wall, because no matter how many times they decide to lose, they just will not move on from this fucking guy.
They're holding on to that like potential when they drafted him. They think he's the next franchise QB, and they're not gonna change that.
Yeah, he's the next Kirk Cousins. He's Kirk Cousins. Their stats are fucking identical. They're the same. They're the same player. So if you're thinking that he's gonna, maybe he steps up his game, but if anything has shown me, and if you want to win a Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers, old head coach, is the head coach of the Cowboys. You got CD Lamb on that fucking team, an incredible defense. Rodgers would absolutely love it. He'd have a field day at the fucking in Texas. Oh my God. But that's not going to happen. He could, I mean, San Fran's quarterback issue is a thing. He said that he has no interest in going to San Fran, so that's not going to happen. What a full circle story that would have been. San Fran passed up on him in the draft.
Yeah, and he wanted to go to San Fran.
And he wanted to go to San Fran, and he ends up at San Fran and ending his career. But you move on and you find yourself in a situation where there are no other teams that want him. Maybe the Seahawks, that I could have been dressed up in my Seahawks merch right next to Amar. And maybe we could have finally helped you out.
We already signed our QB.
Yeah, he's great.
Gianno Smith.
But yeah.
He ain't writing back.
He ain't what?
He ain't writing back.
He ain't writing back.
Yeah. So like, so the whole thing is like with what was it? I can't remember. But like teams would like leave him in the dust, because he played so bad. But when like this season he played phenomenally. He played pretty good. And now teams are trying to like try and trade for him, get him back or whatever. And he's like, I ain't writing back.
Yeah. Good luck. Hey, I'm rooting for you guys.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. And that being said,
big fat liar right there.
No, don't get. I couldn't give a hot shit about the Seahawks. I actually, your hoodie that I got you for Christmas is over there. It's February. Yeah. My apologies. I just forgot.
Slacker.
You can get it at the Super Bowl.
What? Idiot.
So, with that being said, he can move on to the AFC. Now, the good thing about the AFC is there are a plethora of fucking teams that quarterbacks, their issue is quarterback. There's going to be a lot of quarterback transitions in this offseason. It's just going to happen. You got Dak Prescott, you got Jimmy G, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got fucking apparently the GM of the Cowboys has Dak Prescott on a fucking leash and is not willing to let him go. So I guess that's not an issue.
He ain't leaving. I feel like he's gonna be a Cowboy for the rest of his career.
Probably. Tua is up in the air. Who knows what they're gonna do with that?
I'm surprised he's still playing, to be honest.
I saw some stuff that Miami's staying with him.
I haven't seen anything as of yet. He is still on concussion protocol, so he's not out yet. He's still fucking hurt. Nick and Tua share a lot in common. Just concussion protocol. Homeboy was all fucking jacked up, and then he went out there and fucking doing something with his hands.
For the plays he made against Green Bay.
And then he was all fucked up with his hands. He was so concussed, he was throwing up gang signs, and then they fucking put him back out there, and he got fucking concussed again because for some fucking reason Miami wants to try and fucking kill this poor guy instead of just letting him sit for a fucking couple weeks.
He got 3 in 1 season. He's done.
Wow, that is hot garbage. So if you're Miami, you're probably thinking yourself as a corporation, oh my God, we almost just killed this fucking guy. Maybe let him sit for a year until we can get him out of concussion protocol so we can bring in another quarterback for just 1 year. And I happen to know a guy who's probably only interested in playing 1 or 2 more years. And with all those weapons and that warm weather, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers and Miami blend very well together. I thought Tom Brady was probably going to end up in Miami just because it's closest to his home in Tampa. He was touring a school there for his children or something. Obviously, that's not going to come to fruition, but maybe Tua plays. I wish they would sit him a year because I feel bad for the poor guy because he still is a very talented quarterback when he's healthy. And unfortunately, he hasn't been able to stay healthy because he keeps getting concussions, not to his fault, of course. But that's the situation we find ourselves in.
Hey, that's not our drink, by the way. We don't drink that stuff.
I don't have any more. I have no more Prime.
He has no more when he's been talking about it forever and ever.
I
he has so much.
Yeah, I fucking drank it all. What do you want?
Hey, I'm sure there's a Walmart down the street that has some.
I've probably drank fucking 200 bottles of Prime in my fucking day. Leave me alone. I've done my fair share. I fucking paid KSI's rent for the next month. So
sure about that? I think it's pretty expensive, right?
I'm single-handedly funding the next fucking Misfits card because of how much Prime I'm drinking.
Maybe that's how they got the new UFC deal, is from you spending so much money on Prime.
Fucking excuse me if I've ran out of all my fucking Prime and all I had left is a Gatorade Zero, which is hot shit. It tastes like ass, and I missed my Prime. I'm gonna get sued for fucking yelling at Gatorade. So anyway, there's a majority of other teams Aaron Rodgers can go to. The Dolphins QB is in question. The Jets want Aaron Rodgers, but I think the Jets probably want Aaron Rodgers far more than Aaron Rodgers wants the Jets. There's a lot of problems with that team.
They got a good defense, but
great.
They're a young team. It's not a
yeah.
They're not out of the question. They just need a QB, and I feel like they're solid.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the 41-year-old wants to deal with a fucking young team.
Yeah,
he was already doing that in the beginning.
Yeah, that fucking turned out great when he dealt with a young team this season. Fucking awesome. He had to teach fucking Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson how to catch a fucking football. And then they finally figured out, thank God. Those two are going to be great players. Unfortunately, I don't think Aaron's going to be there for it.
Maybe with Jordan Love.
And then the conversation came apart. The Raiders. Obviously Tennessee is there. They're needed a quarterback if they move on from Ryan Tannehill. Aaron's building a house in Tennessee. But
as you mentioned.
As I mentioned, but not sure that Tennessee is his ideal destination to win a QB. They have their fucking running. What's his name?
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, they have Derrick Henry, and everybody says that whenever they mention Aaron going to Tennessee. Well, they have Derrick Henry. Okay.
He's a running back.
Okay, you gonna move him to wide receiver? What
I'm
the
sure
fuck?
I'm sure he'd be a good wide receiver.
Probably because they have no other wide receivers. So you have Aaron Rodgers. You need fucking wide receivers he's going to throw the ball to. They better not be fucking young like the Jets have. And they better not be vacant like Tennessee has. And Tennessee's a little warmer than Green Bay. He's got to go somewhere warmer than Green Bay. Not that would be hard, but I'm talking so much, my fucking throat's getting dry. This Prime is not high, or this Gatorade Zero is not hydrating me to my necessary fucking hydration levels.
You're definitely gonna get copyright infringement for this.
Fuck them. Bring it on. Let's go.
Age restriction.
Suck my fucking fat gooch. You think I care about age restriction? Bring it on. Anyways.
Anywho.
That leaves the Raiders. I like this as an option. Again, no matter what team he goes to in the AFC, it fucking sucks. It is not an ideal situation. Because you're gonna go play against fucking Trevor Lawrence, Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, who's fucking awesome.
At least half the teams in AFC are like in playoff contention, at least.
Killers. And if he goes to the Raiders, that puts him in the same division as the Chiefs and the Chargers with Herbert. Nick thinks that the Raiders can beat the Chargers easily. Herbert is a young gunslinging quarterback, and I think he is great. So I'm not sure it could be that easy. Not only that, but
it would be tough, but he could be dumb. Mahomes would be the harder one.
That's true. But that being said, the Raiders also, their team isn't that great. They're good, but they're not that great. Now you do get Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, and I'm sure they'd have a great season together. But the problem is he still doesn't have an extra weapon that he needs to win. And whatever team picks him up is going to have to pay a hefty fine. That's just what is going to happen. Would I love to see Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams gunslinging again, wearing all black in Vegas? Fuck yeah, it gives me an excuse to go to Las Vegas. Watch Aaron Rodgers play some football. But I think that if he had to go to another team, the Raiders is probably the one he's going to choose. He's not going to go to a team that's unfamiliar to him. He's going to go to a team that has his favorite weapon on it, and whatever team he goes to, Randall Cobb is not too far behind. So there's also that to look at. Randall Cobb will probably end up on the Raiders as right with Aaron Rodgers. Fuck. Alan Lazard might end up on the fucking Raiders with Aaron Rodgers.
We don't need him though. He drops the ball too much.
But
I'm surprised Cobb's not retired yet. Honestly,
he'll retire when Aaron retires. Probably. Now, that being said, Aaron could go to Tennessee. He could be with Derrick Henry. Tennessee's got a pretty good defense. He could go to Tennessee with Derrick Henry, and Randall Cobb comes in, and Alan Lazard comes in. Great. I think the likely scenario is he ends up at the Raiders. I think he'll either play at the Packers or I think he'll end up at the Raiders. I do not see him going to the Jets.
I think that's the best chance.
Huh?
I think the Jets will have the best chance to get him.
I think they'll pay the most. I think they will want to pay the most money, and they will give the best offer.
Right.
But if Aaron Rodgers say I'm not going to the fucking Jets, he's not going to the Jets. That will not happen. That deal will never. If Aaron Rodgers says no, there's no fucking deal. I mean, I know people like to pretend that Green Bay holds the keys to the fucking kingdom.
No.
Fuck no. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to go to the Jets, he's not going to the fucking Jets. If he wants to go to the Raiders, then you're out of fucking options. He's going to the Raiders. What team do I think that he should go to if he wants to win a Super Bowl? The Dolphins have the best weapons. Waddle and Tyreek Hill are killers.
Yeah.
That defense is pretty good. I believe the offensive line is pretty good. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
Ask
you
Tua.
got to
Maybe it's not great.
He was getting whipped around.
Maybe they're
He's
not
small.
that great.
Well, you got to understand this. He's still under contract with the Green Bay Packers, so the Green Bay Packers still have some say in it to who trades for Rodgers and if they accept it or not.
Yeah. No, they can have conversations, but it doesn't matter. Fucking Amar, it doesn't matter. If Aaron Rodgers says no, he's not going. It doesn't matter if the fucking Jets offer a 7 fucking first round picks. If Aaron Rodgers says no, then he ain't going.
I feel like if they did send him to a place he didn't want to go to, he would just retire.
He would just fucking retire, and then the deal would never go through.
That reminds me. Yeah, he just pulls a Gronk.
there is no option here. Green Bay has no. He will go. Aaron Rodgers will go to whatever team, unless they want to cut him.
Well, if they cut him, they're gonna have to pay tons of money for that penalty fee because he's still under contract for what, 3-4 more years?
Tons of money they do not have.
No.
And another team just gets him for fucking free. They just pick him up. They don't have to give anything for him.
Just sign a contract with them and then they're all set.
Including a team in the NFC. If an NFC team wants him. So listen. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers at the Raiders, even if it's just for a year. Listen, Aaron's only going to play a year or two. There is no year 3 or 4. That is not going to happen. It is a year 2 max, and I think that he's probably going to end up going to a place that gives him a pretty good chance to maybe win a Super Bowl, but above all else, he'll probably have fun. And that's probably with his best buddy, Devontae Adams, and probably with Randall Cobb moving to Las Vegas as well. And not only that, but he loves Las Vegas. But Aaron Rodgers gets to play slots on fucking Wednesdays, which is great. And it gives me an excuse to go back to Las Vegas. So I love the idea of Aaron Rodgers going to the Raiders. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. Do I think it gives him the best chance to win a Super Bowl? No, not at all. As a matter of fact, the best place that he could probably win a Super Bowl is the Green Bay Packers if they do everything that is necessary.
And get Hopkins. If they get Hopkins, that'd help.
Yeah, if they get a team, if they get a fucking team, then they could win.
Well, that's been the deciding factor for at least a few years now, and look where they've gotten.
They just refuse. They just refuse to fucking help themselves. But anyway, we're running a little over time, so let's get into this next subject, which is the big subject, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. The Super Bowl is this Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Time flies.
Yeah. The Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. A Kelsey Bowl.
Yep.
It is a super showdown of the two teams I don't want to see play. It is what else stories are in here? Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid's playing his former team. The State Farm the face of State Farm is playing a Super Bowl in State Farm Stadium. I wonder how that turned out.
Script. Sorry, go ahead.
Interesting. Um, uh,
Wait, hold on. Breaking news: a script has been leaked for the Super Bowl. It looks like Eagles are gonna win 37-34. Wow.
I hope. Jalen Hurts, the guy who was passed on in college and the NFL, who didn't win the Heisman from Joe Burrow, gets his redemption, his revenge.
Hey.
Yay!
Kind of. It would have been a sweeter revenge if it was against Burrow and he won.
Oh, it would have been so much better, but we decided not to do that.
No,
Yeah, we just
that's not what the script said.
out
No.
of all four teams, we get the fucking game that I didn't want to see. I would have rather seen Chiefs 49ers.
You
Still don't
would?
get that. Yeah. Yes. At least it would have been a better game.
You think so? You think
Yes.
so?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
We'll get
When
into
the
it, but
when the Eagles had just blown out their 49ers?
oh, they blew out the 49ers.
Well, the
Wow.
49ers quarterback.
Holy shit. Congratulations. They beat the starting quarterback for the XFL Houstons or whatever the fuck that team was that motherfucker played for. He was the 4th-string quarterback. And not only that, when he got concussed, Brock Purdy came back in and he couldn't throw the fucking ball. The Kansas City Chiefs get to the Super Bowl by beating the Cincinnati Bengals in a very controversial win, but nonetheless, they get the job done. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the San Francisco 49ers by default, I guess. They just got in, ran out of quarterbacks.
Wow. They all just keep getting injured.
I mean, fuck. Jimmy G gets injured. Trey Lance gets injured. Fucking Brock Purdy gets injured. Their 4th-string gets injured. Fucking Christian McCaffrey was playing quarterback for a couple of snaps. It is just fucking. I mean. So, anyways, that's the Super Bowl we're getting is the Eagles versus the Chiefs. We talked about it ad nauseum already. I don't want the Chiefs to win. I also don't give a fuck if the Eagles win. I don't care. My prediction: the Chiefs are gonna win. My prediction of how they're gonna win comfortably. This is my theory, and maybe I'm wrong, because I really hope I'm wrong. I want the Eagles to win. Keep in mind. I mean, not really. Like I said, the best case scenario is a sinkhole happens in the middle of the stadium, and then we just can't play this game at all. But
that's a pretty fast sinkhole.
Yes, I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl. Not that I don't like Patrick Mahomes, I just don't want to see him win. It's that Tom Brady effect. Hold
on, it's the Kansas City Chief fan bandwagon coming in.
And yeah, and it's the bandwagon thing. So many fucking bandwagon fans love the Chiefs, and I want to see them get their feelings hurt. So, and if Jalen Hurts wins, he wins the Super Bowl before Joe Burrow, so I lose that. I lose that too. So there is no winning here for me. I mean, it's just what do I lose less? And I lose less if the Eagles win. So there's that. But again, I don't think the Eagles are going to win. And I don't think the Eagles are going to win because I do not think the Eagles are good. Well, let me preface. It's not that I don't think that they're good. I don't think that they've ever played a good team. When they finally did play a good team, they had the XFL quarterback on the fucking field. So why am I to believe that they could just walk in there and beat the Kansas City Chiefs? They have played fuck all. They have beaten nobody. Their best win was against Dak Prescott. Actually, no, it wasn't, because Dak Prescott didn't play that fucking game. When they beat the Cowboys, they beat the Giants. Great. Well, fucking whatever. I mean, what do you want me to say? Jalen Hurts is really fast. He's super talented. He's never been under pressure. He's never played a good team. Well, he's played a good team. They just didn't have the weapons. I think that their offense is probably really good.
We don't know how good their defense is yet.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this team. I don't know if they're good at all. They've beaten
They
a
look
bunch.
good, but we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I could look good too if I was. I mean, I could be a world champion boxer in the handicap division. I would look incredible. And that's what the Eagles have done. They look great. They've beaten nobody, and somehow they're in the Super Bowl. And if they beat the Chiefs, I was wrong. And I don't even think I'd be wrong then, because then they would end up in they're going to end up in the winner's bracket no matter what, with a winning division next season.
Well, that's what the script says. Like I said, that's
the script.
They're gonna win it.
The big old script. I know that the Chiefs are good because I know Patrick Mahomes is good. And no matter how I feel about the Bengals game, each one of those games have been down to the wire, and it's going to go 50-50 either way. So I know the Chiefs are.
Huh? Haven't like the last 4 games been by 3 points, right?
Every time they played them, it's been by 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I know that the Chiefs are good because I know that the Bengals are good. I know that the Bengals are good because look what they did. I don't know if the Eagles are good because I don't know if the Giants are good because the Giants have beaten nobody. The Giants' greatest accomplishment was beating Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers did that. And look what happened to him. I don't believe it. I don't think that they're good. I pray to God that I'm wrong, but my prediction is the Chiefs are going to win this football game and comfortably. But I want the Eagles to win. Nick, what's your prediction?
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. They got Mahomes, and I think he'll come through in the clutch.
Yeah, score?
I'm thinking like 27-24, maybe.
What is the spread?
The spread?
I think it will be close.
I'm sure they got the Chiefs to advantage. Yeah.
God damn.
No, I think the Eagles are favorite right now.
Are they?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I'm sure. That's
Philadelphia weird. Are favorites by 1.5
points. That's crazy.
Yeah. So they think that this is going to be a really close game.
I think it will be close too. I think the Chiefs got Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yeah.
Well, another thing about this Super Bowl is this is the first time 2 black quarterbacks are going up against each other in the Super Bowl.
I did see that. This
Fun
is
fact.
true.
Fun fact. So it's a Kelsey Bowl, and
it's a history bowl.
Yeah, we are in Black History Month, so there's a script right there.
The script. It's funny how these things pan out.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. I mean,
but the one with the bigger dick is gonna win. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Amar. I did see that. This is the first Super Bowl with 2 black quarterbacks, which is actually pretty interesting. That's never happened.
Well, in the past, you haven't really seen many black quarterbacks. Like obviously, you've seen Dalvin and I can't speak. Dalvin and McNabb for the Eagles and Titans. You've seen Michael Vick for the Falcons. But there hasn't been many. You've seen white QBs that were pocket passers, And Michael Vick was definitely a runner, but he can definitely throw the ball, just like how the QBs are nowadays.
Yeah, he
They
was
can run
really
and throw the ball.
Michael Vick's like biggest talent was killing dogs. So not winning.
Not what I was trying to get at, but all
Uh,
right.
Oh,
yeah, he wasn't great at winning football games. He was better at murdering animals.
I had JB on for this discussion. He would have loved it.
Oh my God.
Loved it.
Yeah, so that is that's a story. So you got the two. It's funny how it lands on Black History Month.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny. Script. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, I guess, though. I never knew. I mean, I saw that. I just didn't know that that was a thing until a few weeks ago. What else? The Kelsey Bowl, Andy Reid,
yeah.
the State Farm thing. Seems like all of this is panning out just so comfortably for the NFL. A lot of great stories.
Yeah.
None of them I gave a shit about. I mean, the two black quarterback things, that's pretty cool. But besides that, I don't give a hot shit about anything else. The Jalen Hurts story would have been cool if Joe Burrow was on the other side of it. But besides that, fuck. Amar, what's your prediction of this game?
I'm gonna go by the script again. It says it's gonna be 37-34 to the Eagles in overtime. So I will stand by it.
You think the Eagles are gonna win?
I think so, by a close margin.
Imagine
overtime.
if that pans out.
Yeah.
Imagine if that pans out.
All right, $100 right now. No, I'm kidding.
I'll put money down. Who wants to put some money down? I gotta make my money back.
$10.
Thinking 1,000.
What? There goes my college fund. Jeez.
There goes my college fund. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's the Super Bowl. Nick and I got the Eagles winning. I think JB said he got no, Nick and I got the Chiefs winning. Amar is the Eagles. JB said the Eagles. Nick, do you have a team that you want to win? You don't give a shit.
He doesn't care because he's wearing a Georgia State.
Just Georgia.
Just Georgia. All right.
I don't give a hot shit. Who wins the Super Bowl? I think I want Patrick Mahomes to lose more than I want Jalen Hurts to win it. So
fair enough.
This sucks. Fucking last year's Super Bowl was one I was invested in because the Joe Burrow story. And then the year before that sucked because fucking Rodgers got fucked out of it and it was Brady winning again. I don't fucking care. And now we're back here with Pat Mahomes, who's gonna fucking win again, and I don't care. So
just have to wait until next season rolls around in like 6 months.
The good news is the XFL starts in like 10 days.
Yeah. And the Battlehawks are gonna win it all if they can finish the season.
Yeah. And the AFC is coming back too.
So what now?
The AFC, remember that? American Football League. You probably don't. It lasted about 2 weeks.
That's the AFL. You said the
AFL. Not bad.
I knew you were gonna make fun of him for that.
I was gonna get on him for that.
I'm on AFC.
He's been talking a lot.
I've been talking about the fucking AFC championship for fucking months now, or weeks. AFL, American Football League. And then the fucking USFL is coming back for a second season, and probably their last.
Lots of football.
I won't be watching. I'll only be watching.
Wow.
The XFL. That's it.
You'll be watching the XFL. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got season tickets. So
I know you do. We're going to a game.
We are going to a game. All right. Well, boys, we're just gonna go ahead and wrap this one up here. Yeah. This is fucking who knows. What do you think the Super Bowl is gonna turn out to be? Drop your predictions in the fucking comment section. YouTube, age restrict me again, motherfucker. See if I care. Anyway, that's pretty much it that we all have for this episode of Forever Talking. Hopefully you enjoyed us yell at each other and talk a bunch of shit to each other and talk a bunch of shit to Patrick Mahomes and whatever. We'll be back again next Wednesday with another episode. We're going weekly at Drop Merch. So if you want some, the link will be in the bio below. Some of the proceeds, most of the proceeds probably are going to go to charity. So if you're interested, get yourself a fucking shirt, man. Whatever. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Amar, thanks for joining us. I'll see you on Sunday for the Super Bowl. Nick, I'll see you on Sunday for the Super Bowl as well. So we can all be depressed and watch it together. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of Forever Talking. My name is Ian Moore with my commentating partner and co-host Nicholas, as well as our special guest, Amar. Adios, amigos. Thanks for joining us. Peace.
We want more like Ian. Bitch, I've been feeling so godlike. Yeah. Starting me and take all the spotlight. Yeah. Actually, I did because I own that shit. You think otherwise, you were not right. Bitch, I've been feeling so godlike. Yeah. Starting me and take all the spotlight. At the top now when I run this shit. Remember when you said that I can't write?
Yo, yeah, I've been feeling so godlike. Low cold like I wrote it on a Klondike.